Hi, this is Lisa Rangel with Chameleon Resumes, the premier executive resume writing company. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today, I want to talk about the experience. Has your idea been stolen during an interview? Have you been asked to do, proposal or spec work, or a strategy session, and then your idea was taken, but you weren't hired? Has that happened to you? So I've been asked how you handle that situation, because it's pretty unscrupulous for companies to ask job applicants for free work. In my opinion, there's just no excuse for it ever, but they do it. But there are things that we can do as applicants that we can put in place to protect ourselves. So, and it's not perfect. And I'm going to tell you, you're going to have to be willing to walk away. Because if you walk away, despite doing some of these tactics that I'm going to mention to you, and they don't come back to you, I'm telling you, most likely they were going to take your idea and not hire you. So you can't come into this process from a place of losing, right? Or that somebody's taking, or because it's only if you give it can it be taken, right? So anyway, that's probably a little too, woo-woo and philosophical. But anyway, if you get to a point in an interview where a company is asking you to do either a strategy session or spec work or a proposal, and you're getting a weird feeling in your stomach that this is now starting to cross the line and that they're trying to ask for free work, you can ask them for compensation. You can, possibly put in a contract. These are just some ideas. You can put in a contract that say that they can't use the idea unless they hire you. You can propose working as a consultant to do the strategy session, the proposal, or the spec work, and with no obligation to hire you, but they're at least compensating you for the work. I find that if you give it and you don't ask for the compensation, if you don't put value on what you do, I can tell you they're not going to turn around and put value on what you do. So you have to put value on what you do. Whether it's in the form of a consulting proposal that gets compensated with no attachment to being hired, or a contract that they can't use the work that you're doing unless you're hired, or some other compensation plan that would be tied to that. So because it can change based on the scenario, but you have to have the guts to ask, even if they say no. Then you have to be willing to walk away, even if it means you don't get the job. Because I'm telling you, if they really want you and not just your idea, they're going to entertain it, because they're not going to want to put the relationship that they're going to have with you ultimately as an employee-employer relationship, they don't want to start that off on the wrong foot. So, but you have to ask. So, I find that you just have to stand up for yourself. And this is all part of, interview preparations, interview coaching, salary negotiations. It's part of the process, right? That whole interview process is you putting worth in what you do and communicating that worth in what you do. And this is one way to do that when it gets to a point that they clearly like the ideas that you're having, and they want you to bring them to the table. So I've put together just a virtual interview bundle that will help you in a completely DIY capacity ace your interviews, prepare for the interviews so you can position yourself as the candidate of choice, how to negotiate the salary negotiations and the compensation package. And this way it gives you the guides that, even if you haven't hired us directly in a one-on-one capacity, you will have us there word for word through your process, guiding you and helping you come up with the plans and the strategies that you need to, so you aren't taken advantage of, and most importantly, you are getting what you deserve. So you'll see that link below. If you like this video, then I'm going to ask you to like it. If you know this has happened to somebody and you want to share this information with them so they can prevent it from happening to them next time, I'm going to ask you to share the video. If you have any comments or questions, you can email me at lr@chameleonresumes.com, or you can comment below, because I read and reply to every email and every comment. And so you don't miss the next video, I'm going to ask you to subscribe to our channel. So thanks for listening. I hope this helped you, and I hope you have a great day.